So nowadays, more than 25% of energy consumption comes from homes, and the home sector is actually surpassing all other sectors. And within home sector, more than 70% of energies are consumed by space heating. And as you may know, that more than 90% of space heating are fueled by natural gas. And reversely, the main use of domestic natural gas is for space heating as well. So it is necessary for us to understand the domestic gas consumption. As a case for London, we can see the domestic gas consumption per person here. We don't really see a very obvious pattern, except for some extreme cases here. So we would like to apply unsupervised learning techniques to try to help us to gain more insights. So what is unsupervised learning? Unsupervised learning is a kind of machine learning techniques that can help us to find underlying patterns from data, and some of them can generate new classifications of data based on their similarities. Sadly, for the gas case, it's not as easy as apples and bananas here. So we have to find some driver features for domestic gas consumption, which includes income, employment, house ownership, built environment, population composition, and the consumption of other forms of energy. So we have divided London into 8 different clusters, and as we can see that each cluster has its own distinct distribution. And if we plot it back on the map, we can see that each cluster has its own spatial pattern as well. Sometimes for the same level consumption, there are 2 clusters, but they have very distinct spatial pattern, which might because they have very different driver forces behind the consumption there. And as the energy efficiency policies are executed by local authorities, so we would like to move our analysis from lower level to a more general level, a local authority level. So if we plot the generated clusters for the composition of 33 local authorities in London, we can see the similarities and dissimilarities very clearly here. And if we plot the generated local authority clusters, we can see that they're locally adjacent but globally independent spatially. As we applied, for the local authority level, we applied a hierarchical algorithm here, so we can show the exact relationships among local authorities from the most similar ones to the more and more differentiated groups. And if we plot it back to a 2D manner, we can see that the 2 distinct groups of local authorities and some subgroups here as well. It's not a surprise to see Westminster, Kensington, Chelsea, and City of London are in the same cluster here. So we hope our analysis can boost the pace to achieve the 2050 carbon zero goals and to help the local authorities to better tailor their execution of energy efficiency-related policies and to help them to better allocating their resources. Thank you very much today, and special thanks to my supervisor, Dr. Mingda Yuan.